if you have no money, like how can you get started in real estate investing with little or no money? Do you have thoughts there?
Yeah, you use time. So it's either time or money, sometimes both, but usually, so like I built my business using money, borrowed money, credit cards, and all these different things because it's easily accessible. And when money is easily accessible, you make mistakes with that money. That's why I have big fears about people raising millions of dollars to start a business. And so I got myself into a situation where I was 6 weeks in debt and I ran out of money. And the fear forced me onto the internet, onto YouTube, to start to look for ways to generate business with time strategies. So, using, what is like a basic time strategy? You could go door knock, you could cold call, you could go through referral type of network strategies, going to talk to individuals. What I did was I used social media. I used a free platform, a free phone. I started posting free videos and giving value of what I was learning in my business, and started growing an organic following on the internet, which led to creating more attention and led to opportunities to get into conversations with individuals. So social media is a great way to use time. So if you don't have money, you have to use time strategies. But that's the main thing when it comes to getting your business off the ground, is start thinking about how you can do things that not only you trade your time for, but you get the highest return on the time that you trade. So like, let's say like you could trade your time to knock a door or to make a cold call, but that's a 1-to-1 time unit conversion, I guess you could say. Whereas if I spend that same time to go out, instead of spending 2 hours door knocking, maybe talking to a few people, spend 2 hours creating videos on the internet, what do you think that's doing? I'm trading my time once. And if I have 50,000 people watch a video, or even 1,000 people, I'm having 1,000 time units in relationship to the time I traded in. And it's actually, social media is the only way that we can increase our marketing for the most part, to where we have more time than we have in that actual day. So if you have over 24 hours of viewership watching your videos, watching your social media followings, and doing this, you have more hours of attention on a 24-hour day, because some people have hundreds of hours of watch time throughout a day. You can't do that with traditional strategies. So if you're going to invest time to grow a business, do it on something that's residual, evergreen, and that can have a relationship of multiple times the amount of time you trade in from the time that's coming back to you, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. A conversation, I've mentioned this to Brant. So I had a conversation with an agent yesterday, and I think he's done some investing. He's got a construction business. He's getting leads that way. But his question to me was, and I have another question that's somewhat related to this, but the question to me was, hey, if I work with you, will you give me leads? And he goes, and this was his comment. You probably don't want to hear this, but I want to work with someone who's going to give me leads. And I was like, well, you probably don't want to hear this, but anyone that gives you leads is going to cost you time or money. It's going to cost you money because they're high quality leads, and leads are expensive. So they're going to take half, or they're just going to bill you for it. Or it's going to cost time because they're giving free leads because they're junk, and you're going to have to go through 30 of them or 50 of them to find the one that makes sense. And on top of all of that, if that's their model, then their model probably is to have more people like you to go out and do business to benefit them. Therefore, every person that they bring on dilutes your benefit of the leads. So you're going to have to make a decision. Do you want to do that forever and be reliant on someone else to give you a fish, or do you want to build a sustainable, fishing platform that brings fish in every single day that you own and you control? And at the end of the day, it was strange, but I mean, hey, it's his decision. But he was like, I just want someone who's going to give me leads.